I'm big up new.
That's why I love my country, Suriname. When you went up from us to speak Suriname, show me back to your father and Suriname. See they get better, blessing me come see they get better, yeah, so we can live. We can know our country speak, the way we country do. And because I love Suriname so much, it's reason enough to ask you. See they get better, blessing me come see me give you just to me make way. I'll come back to your country and say I love Suriname. No matter where we go in Suriname, we want to stay. When you went out, come back to your country and say I love Suriname. No matter where we go in Suriname, we want to stay. So long, you know, because through white town with Tampe, Pumbati Berija, no Akole Kesana, Iampanesi, Ingis Nesi, Bakabuba, Hindustani, Wala Mala Nawang, Nairisana. Hier is de basis, maar hier is de zeker. Hier is die pressie, hier is die pressie. Hier komen Atilomina à la pressie. Ja, je weet zelf, super zelf. En je snapt dat je feeling en bloed spreekt zelf. Dat papa Kachari en Julen blijft strak. Voetbal op straat, niets boven dak. Als je een direct die video wint, wacht strak. Ik had dat maar op, dat je geen drie strak. Maar op je aroma, worst uit de bak. En je weet hoe we doen is, u aan nog grap. When you went up, come back to your country and say I love Suriname. No matter where we going, Suriname, we want to stay. When you went up, come back to your country and say I love Suriname. No matter where we going, Suriname, we want to stay. Now boy, you love me, Tanana, like mama love me, baby. Mama say you take me to my country, so like I'm in Kumba, baby. Man, I will say go to baby, take that green and steady. Mama Trana, I just took you feet, and then they made you sabi. Now it's in the fake, what they don't, but the money make me make you come out with the party, and that's not nothing. And die with them, you got to shoot it, die with them, and that's not nothing. When you went out, come back to your country and say, I love Suriname. No matter where we go in Suriname, we want to stay. When you went out, come back to your country and say, I love Suriname. No matter where we go in Suriname, we want to stay.
And with that, I want to welcome you to this edition of the SRS Lonely Hearts Show, right here in the heart of Paramaribo, Suriname. And to all the persons who are listening, wherever you are listening right now, you have joined the broadcast. Welcome to this edition. Here is hoping that you had a wonderful weekend. That is the end of the week. Well, how did we all get this whole weekend stuff? Anyway, sometimes you can't help just flowing with the mainstream and just saying it how people are saying it, but it's not really weekend. We don't really have a weekend. The week begins on Sunday. Today is the second day. Anyway, you're here right now. That means that you must be grateful. We must be grateful for life, for health, for strength, and the fact that we still have the gift of breathing, that we can explore the possibilities that is before us. Suriname is coming close to that point where we can decide our destiny once again. In the meantime, we focus on what matters. And what matters is love. Love between couples. And if the love between the couples is unified, then that will affect the offspring from that couple. And society would benefit. And I want to reiterate what I've said before. We will have better politicians. So with that, welcome to you. I'm Professor Love, and in the studio is Pastor Neville Kudi. Do you have a middle name, Pastor? Another name?
Ja, ik heb er twee nog. Miguel Mohammed.
Ah, Pastor Neville Miguel Mohammed Kudi.
Yeah.
That is 4 names. Okay, so we want to thank Pastor Mohammed for being here.
Ja, een van harte goedenavond van mij zijde, lieve luisteraars. En via Facebook is dat kijkers. Ja, we zijn live op Neville Kudi en Shane Warner.
Sherwin.
Ja, Sherwin Warner, ja. Ja, we doen het zo. We zijn samen in de studio, maar toch apart live. Vanwege Facebook Kinky Want to Sunny, waardoor we niet echt op één telefoon live kunnen gaan. Maar no sweat, we passen ons aan. En misschien ook voor meer viewers is het ook beter. Ja, vanavond zijn we er weer. U weet het, op de maandagavond is dat 10 uur voor uw favoriete programma op de maandagavond. En ja, de feedbacks komen soms wanneer je mensen tegenkomt die zeggen, hey, ik luister naar jou, of ik heb je gedeeld, of dergelijke. Laat ons jou ook horen in de ether, in de studio. Bel een keertje op 49440. Ja, dat is 490000. Om die ondersteuning te geven en soms ook een advies te droppen. Daarvoor zijn we er. En je kunt ook bellen via WhatsApp. Je hoeft zich niet druk te maken als u geen beltegoed hebt. Bel gewoon via WhatsApp. Dat is 8399109. Dat is 8999109. En u kunt een WhatsApp bericht achterlaten. U kunt bellen, een WhatsApp bericht achterlaten of voice achterlaten. Het komt allemaal goed aan. Ja, as we speak vanavond wil ik gade drop was na in the spirit voor tegen was matine. Er zit ergens een jonge dame die zit met zelfmoordgedachten. En ik wil deze persoon meegeven. Het is niet het einde van de wereld. Het probleem kan bij die faawani. En af het einde voor agrontapu. Toch, we zitten allemaal soms eens met een probleem. Waarbij we soms denken, komen we er wel uit? Of komt er ooit een oplossing? Maar gado abba antwoord op je vraag, gado abba antwoord op je oplossing. Ja, en gado no one make isiligo lassi. So if je jere met de neti, en if je jere mi, ja, en dat is duidelijk dat je jere mi. Tenminste, zoeken aan occasie, voor commitment of dergelijke, maak contact. Er is altijd hulp. Ja? Dit is gewoon iemand die me catch gewoon in een spirit sang. De arki en op een push van nodig. Ja, vele mensen die zitten soms in het leven en komen op een punt waarbij ze het handen in het haar hebben en niet weten hoe verder. Toch? En we zijn er om elkaar te helpen. We zijn er om elkaar te helpen en dat is altijd een antwoord. Ja, kom naar eng. Ik heb een nummer uitgekozen vanavond, terwijl ik naar de studio. Voor Ging, het is een jonge Surinaamse artiest die al een paar jaren timmert aan de weg. En als hij is zo'n bij zo'n 2 jaar terug gedropt. En we gaan even luisteren.
Sway. you worry, don't you cry about a thing. God is gonna put a smile on your face once again. Everything is gonna be okay, it's gonna be alright. So I don't see from your eyes, and don't you be afraid, and don't you give up, no way, just keep praying. God is gonna answer your prayer. See, I want you to know you are a champion, yeah. Know that you are a winner, man, oh. So take them at the highway, over town, fiki, take it, fake, I keep it, we can make it, what's up in my mind, oh. Yeah, you won't make it, what's up in my mind, oh. You won't make it, what's up in my mind, oh. Yeah, you won't make it, what's up in my mind, oh. Don't you cry, everything is gonna be okay, it's gonna be alright. So I don't see from your eyes, and don't you be afraid, and don't you give up, no way, just keep praying. God is gonna answer your prayer. So to all me get I just know Father God loves you. The party say that I'll be about you now. For one night if you take it, but I can make it be more than day. We need your money, then I make it for you, I'm waiting for you. 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 So now failing, Martina dege, now we'll go yeah, God will let you say, don't you cry, everything is gonna be okay, it's gonna be alright.
Yes, welcome back. That was a special dedication there from Pastor Neville, from us to all the persons who are hurting, and for me to just add to what the pastor has just said there, to encourage those who might be plagued with the thought of suicide. You see, like everything, a lot of us don't understand why people do what they do. You see, we wake up every day because of purpose. We go to our jobs because of purpose. I mean, Pastor Neville and I come to the studio every time the hour arrives because of purpose. Something must be the driving force behind us having a reason to want to exist. So when we find that people are getting into the mindset or start to contemplate the possibility of ending their life, that's when they lose purpose. So what can we do to help? Like the pastor says, encourage the individuals to associate yourself with people, places, and things that can help you to identify your purpose, regardless of what the situation is. And with relationships, that's the same thing. Why do people come together as couples? Purpose. So, yeah, we have an app coming through there.
Ja, kijk, ik onderbreek Dr. Love even, omdat deze app me een beetje, het stoort me een beetje. Sabi toch, omdat temi lazy sa yung man die zegt dat je dan. Begrijp je dat mensen dingen soms toch verkeerd begrijpen? Toch? En deze jongeman schrijft hier: goedenavond, ik bid ook elke dag en ik ben een gelovige, maar niet voor alle problemen moeten we naar God gaan. 50%. En dat stoort me even, omdat daar allemaal antwoord op alle problemen. En als je niet naar God moet gaan voor jouw probleem, dan weet ik niet hoe verder voor jou. Begrijp je? En deze man zegt 50% van de problemen kan God niet oplossen, maar wij mensen moeten ook werken naar de oplossing. Ik bid ook elke dag, maar ik ben wel ontevreden over die LOVE-programma. Ik weet niet over welke LOVE-programma hij het heeft. En de meeste gemeentes, zegt hij, in Suriname, want ook ik zat met een zelfmoordprobleem. He's getting confused
Yeah,
en
because
dat is storend, weet je, en dat is jammer.
he's just saying you can't go to God with every problem, but yet you sit with a problem that you need solving. And yeah, but it's, you see, again, we address issues based on the abundance of our experience. Maybe he is echoing somebody's sentiments. Maybe he heard somebody said that you cannot go to God with all your problems. That cannot come from his own thinking. Because for you to arrive at that conclusion, you have to speak from experience. What problem that you may have had that you yourself consciously fixed, and you have to identify which problems you can go to God with and which you can't. It's just what people are doing these days is just parroting what they hear other people say. And other people say things to play on whatever tune at the time is relevant. However, we'll from time to time make our inputs in that. But you want to say something?
Ja, omdat hetzelfde wat je al zei, toch? Uit andere mensen hun mond hoor je iets uitkraaien en dan neem je dat mee. Maar het probleem is dat wij niet accepteren als mens zijnde een oplossing van God geven. En daar ligt het probleem. En dan komt het erop neer voor jou dat God nog los je probleem op. Maar God op alle antwoord op je probleem. Maar omdat je want weten op een facisa je denkt en aan een facisa dat God want geven oplossing, met God no eroko geven of God no geven oplossing, sa je denkt. Omdat ik dat tak A na A, maar je vindt dat important heel alfabet erbij. Toch? En precies daar, omdat wij die vrije wil hebben als mens, om te kiezen als we iets willen of niet, komt het erop neer met de kangagan maar gadan Europa gimi. Dat is niet waar. Het is niet waar. Een tijdje terug was een video bij Cirkel en recentelijk nog misschien, denk ik na afgelopen week, dat een vrouw is Syrië en terwijl hij Syrië hij kiest in een drink dat gado het tegen dat hij ook een bezoeking in een ding en dan vrouw is oppo en dan vrouw is meki en tafra mooi dekala san kotenya hij verwacht dat Jezus ook op bezoek, begrijp je? Maar aan fasifa enge verwacht Jezus ook op bezoek. Jezus is ook op bezoek, maar Jezus komt dat 3 maal op bezoek bij deze vrouw, toch? De ene keer door een zwerver die eten wil hebben, de andere keer voor een jongeman die zoekt bescherming vanwege achtervolging van bendeleden en een andere keer van een vrouw met een baby in hand die probeert te zoeken langs die pressie. En ze weigert en ze jaagt alle 3 mensen weg. En aan het einde van de dag zegt ze, maar God, ik zou op bezoek komen, ik heb je niet gezien. En dat deed hij tot 3 keer toe, dat je me weggejaagd. En precies zo is het met ons als mens. Alvast van je verwacht antwoord te geven, en zo'n antwoord te geven. Als we bidden van God zegen mij en zorg voor mij, toch? Dan verwachten we dat ergens uit de hemel een bundel geld te komt vadong en zo. Terwijl, zo lees je naar Aroko sa you make amoni, naar Aroko dat gado e create you. Nou pas je dat gado e make you, zodat je kan vinden wat money, zodat je kan vinden wat tampresi, zodat je kan vinden wat nyang, kota pata farfadi dat. En dat is soms niet de oplossing die we willen. En dat zijn wij als mens. En zo gaan we om met zoveel situaties rondom ons heen. We begrijpen niet dat bepaalde sannie gebeuren in dat ding, dan gado ik grijpen in. Begrijp je? Maar toen het op een golflengte zat gado niet. Of de te passen op de golflengte dan gado. Ja, precies zo gaat het mis. Maar ja, we gaan verder vanaf.
Well, no, it is good that sometimes you have to flow with the momentum, and it's good that you brought that there, because people generally want to see solutions through their eyes and through what they are familiar with. But one of the issues that we have tonight, it is identical. As a matter of fact, all of it is identical to that, because every situation and most of what we would be dealing with is men complaining about their wives, their girlfriends, and things like that. And the question is asked, why does it seem that it's so consistent in women making these supposed mistakes? Is it a trend? Is it trying to apply some kind of trending lifestyle that they may have followed somewhere, they may have heard about, that hey, let me try this to see how it tastes, without actually getting a feeling as to what consequences will accompany this which they have done. Earlier today somebody was talking about drinking a certain kind of wine, and the person said they see a lot of young people, teenagers, walking around Pastor Neville with this desperado thing.
Desperado is
Yeah. Yeah, the person said they don't understand why they're walking around drinking this thing, because they tried it and they realized that this thing tastes terrible. So I said to them that it's a trend. It's a trend. I mean, they think they look cool if they walk around with a desperado. But they forget that desperado, one, is damaging to their health, but it's also good for the health of the persons who manufacture it. So they have to market this product to make it look like whoever is seen with it is civilized, upscale. They're doing well. They have arrived. They're woke. They get attention. And it's marketed to young people. So when they consume this, you ask them, what's the experience? They can't tell you. They just know that they go into a shop, they buy that. So the person who's an adult said to me, he says, I tried this thing, but it tastes terrible. I'm wondering why these kids are drinking this thing. What does it do? They have a different taste bud than we do? I said, I don't understand. It's about what is familiar, what seemed to be the trend is like, okay, I see my folks dealing with this issue this way, then it must be the way to deal with this issue. We talked about suicide earlier.
Yeah.
Some people may think, well, everybody says suicide is bad, everybody says this, but so many people did it because maybe when you reach this point emotionally and you can't see beyond the tears because your eyes are so watery, you can't see that, hey, the sun is still up, the moon still comes out, there are still possibilities. What's the next move? Well, suicide. Because from what's familiar, that seemed to be the most logical thing. Not instead thinking out of the box. Why do people do this? Maybe I should try another strategy. Maybe I should try a different kind of women. Maybe I should try a different kind of men. Maybe I should try a different kind of place to socialize, to hang out. if I keep following the same pattern, I can't expect to have different results. It's going to be the same thing. All right, so
Ja. Dus precies dat zei ik deze zomer, de zondag ervoor, zei ik ook tegen de mensen in de gemeente. Jouw grootvader heeft op een bepaalde manier dingen gedaan om een bepaalde resultaat te krijgen. Het is niet gelukt. Waarom zou jij het niet anders doen om dan het resultaat te krijgen wat er verwacht wordt? Kijk, als de mensen om je heen, generaties voor jou, het op een bepaalde manier hebben geprobeerd en het is niet goed gegaan, is duidelijk dat er iets verkeerd is gegaan of iets verkeerd is gedaan. Nu ligt het aan jou om de toekomst te veranderen. Doe het anders. Toch? En die anders is gewoon vaak gewoon naar Jezus terug te komen. Omdat die anders bepaalt hoe de toekomst eruit zal zien. En die anders ook praat over hoe men in het verleden heeft gedaan. En het is niet gelukt. Dus do something different for a different result.
exactly. All right, so we're almost half hour into the show. We're gonna try to run through what we have on the agenda. It's kind of a packed agenda, but we'll see how far we can go through with it, and what we don't exhaust tonight, we'll have to do that in a subsequent program. But before Pastor gave the stories, I heard somewhere around on some medium around there are some couples wannabe. It's like Professor Love and Pastor Neville wannabe. Okay. Well, I don't know if they're two authority in love, but I'm the authority in love, and Pastor C is the authority in faith. So you cannot replicate Professor Love, no, you cannot replicate Pastor Neville. People can just try to be us. Just try. All right? For you to be like us, you have to be born like me or born like him. And that's not possible. Even if I had a twin, we still wouldn't be the same. Okay? This is the only show you get this content from. Raw, unedited, straight from the heart to the heart, without compromise. If you're offended, be pleased. It's the truth, it's the fact, and you can be convicted and changed from not sugarcoating the fact. All right, so we're not sugarcoating now. We give you what we have on the agenda.
Yes.
One guy wants to know how he can last longer in bed. A lot of men want to know that.
Yeah.
The second, the wife gets up at 2 a.m. every day to be on her phone.
Yeah.
The third, the girlfriend caught with the neighbor. 5, the wife has a low sex drive. Yeah,
Yeah. That's it for.
that's basically it.
I think we're gonna move the best for last. And
Okay.
that is the first. Because we are on an adult show, and there are people listening and are interested in how they can turn things around.
Exactly.
So we're gonna save the last for best. The best for last.
For last. Yeah.
The best for last. So we're going with the wife. Pardon. The wife that has a secret meeting at 3 a.m.
In the morning. Some people don't understand what the AM means.
Okay.
So you mean morning time?
Pardon. What's happening to my voice today, man?
It's the water.
Ja. Wees afgestemd. Bel iemand. Zegt iemand dat ze kunnen reageren via telefoonnummer 494 of 83-9109. En we gaan onze item, de eerste item behandelen vanavond. En dat begint als volgt. My wife has secrets. She is awake around 3 a.m. every day. No matter how late or early she goes to bed. When she is awake, she is busy on her phone. I would sometimes check my phone when she is not in the room and notice her on Facebook, chat and WhatsApp. Yes, we fight over it a lot, and every time her excuse is that she has a lot on her mind and she is only looking at people's status update. I would also hear her on the phone when she thinks I am sleeping. She accused me of being jealous and insecure and that she is not a child to be afraid to use her phone when she wants. I never caught her cheating, but I think she might be busy with other guys. We are not married, just live together with our 3 kids. Yeah.
Okay, well, that was done in English, so I thought Pastor would give it in the Brocka Taki.
Yeah, nee, kijk. Dus sometimes it's just to test your level of experience. Maar ik zie dat we vanavond een beetje aan de Engelse gaan zijn. Maar laat me, kom je zo play. Toch, aan mij op een vrouw en anatrobi olanga olati afroego siribi of ofuruku afroego siribi. Alla de 3 uur manting afroego oppo en dat de bezig na een telefoon. Toch, en temi luku mi telefoon dan mi eshita ki ay de bezig tapa Facebook, tapa WhatsApp en mange kiswan taki altijd overasan dati. En a excuse sa ay gebruik na taki apolo san na ede maar nooit ay contact na ngin masarap makul apolo san na ede sa praksei en ay gebruik a Facebook na a WhatsApp status fu yepem chinso fu flare op baka sabi to katak ano chiningrilis minom duso jarusu and minom duso onseker like masara isabi minom kisen nooit takawaka gimi maar mi awako full leki ade bezig na nga tramang and uno tro mawab drip ching ewe tamang kandra.
All right. Yes. Well, certainly, what I would add to that is that we fortunately on this program attract an intelligent audience. I'm not saying that those who are not so flexible in English are not intelligent, but I'm saying that most of the people who are followers, who listen, who tune in, and who often approach with their stories, they approach in English, and these are nationals of Suriname. These are not foreigners. Most of the stories we get are from people here, Binnelands, Stats Creole. I don't like labeling people, but it's just going with the flow. So not too often people speak in Salantongo of so because it's like they feel inadequate if they don't speak in English. It's like, maybe he thinks I'm stupid, I can't speak English, but everybody understands English. I know that. But some of our elders, they're older folks who would still not be that flexible. We try to accommodate them. That's why we somehow would bring most of the stories in Dutch, in Netherlands, or Taki, Salantongo, for those demographic. But generally speaking, it's English is universal. Everybody knows what it is and understands it. Yeah, so this young lady is being accused of getting away around 2 a.m. every day and being on her telephone. So the man naturally would be suspicious and say, hey, maybe she's chatting with the sweet man or chatting with the secret lover.
Yes.
You know, so why else would she be out of bed, somewhere hiding away in the couch, trying to reduce the brightness on her phone so that the light would not attract attention, and be busy whispering or talking or chatting to somebody else? Okay, we have a caller here. When you call us, let's just deal with the issues that we are presenting on the show.
Studio, goedenavond.
Yes, goedenavond.
Ikatak nengre ya, mi brother. Ikatak nengre.
Kaya ka. Zeg maar doorgaan.
Het ligt aan de manier hoe ons het geloof is bijgebracht. Omdat één, de naam van de Heer geen Jezus is. Het is de Griekse benaming van de Heer. De gemeenschap heeft tijden zeg maar, met de gedachte geleefd dat Jezus een witte man is. Terwijl ik zag ook Jezus, maar goed, want zo staat hij bekend. Maar ook is het dat hij niet in Europa is geboren. Dus hij kan nooit wit zijn, snap je? En zolang de kerken niet gaan achter de ware bestaan van, zeg maar, bij deze, de Heer, de Christus die gestuurd is, zoals Johannes het zegt, wie is de antichrist? Zijn hen die de ware identiteit van de Heer ontkennen. En dat is ons aangeleerd door Rome. De meeste kerken zijn ons dan, of dan wij alle.
Okay, my brother. I don't want to be. I don't want to disrupt your comment. I appreciate where you're coming from. I appreciate where you're coming from. I thank you for that. But remember, the program is not on that level. We are not dealing with religious dogma here. Yeah, but Pastor just mentioned that because it was in his spirit to say that, but that's not the agenda for the program. So we just accommodated that.
Maar luister meneer, u gaat gewoon door, ondanks hoe u dat doorzet. Kijk, we zijn niet hier om te discussiëren over de Bijbel of een of andere traditie. Uw geloof is uw geloof en wat we hier zeggen, als u het accepteert, dan accepteer u. Als u dat dan niet accepteert, is niet de plaats om te komen discussiëren over hoe Jezus eruit ziet, of het een zwarte man of een witte man is. Ja, fijne avond voor u.
Yes, so we're dealing with the Lonely Heart Show, and this is why sometimes, you know, we try not to entertain or go around that line with religious dogma, because it throws off the content of the show. And this is an adult show, deals with couples, relationship. Pastor Neville is here in the context as a pastor, in the capacity as a pastor, to sometimes bring a balance to how couples can incorporate spiritual things to ease certain pressure that they might face in their relationship. But it's not here to preach church or preach doctrine. That's for another forum. Okay, this is an adult show. Here we deal with sex, love, marriage, man, woman. It's the raw stuff. If we start entertaining what the caller just said, then the whole show will be dominated by people calling and debating what this is or what that is, and that's not what we're here for. So respectfully, we would like to discourage callers to call further on the content. We share the story tonight, the first issue, which is very serious. The man is suspicious of his wife because she's getting away 2 a.m. and he's of the view that she's busy with somebody else, and naturally so, I mean, any man would. If a man was doing it, the woman also would be suspicious. Why is he getting out of bed at 2 a.m. when he thinks that I am fast asleep, busy on his phone? Who could he be talking to at that hour? Which man is up talking to another man 2 a.m. about what? Unless it's a woman.
Yeah.
So the same way, this man is questioning which girlfriend is going to be talking with his wife
Yeah.
2 a.m. whispering on the telephone, unless she's talking with a man that she's busy with. And this is the time that maybe he's available to talk, or she is taking that time because I'm asleep, or she thinks I'm asleep, and she's just busy on her phone. So he wants to know, is like, hey, is this normal? Like I said, not everybody has time to go on Google. Not everybody has time to go on TikTok and type in your wife on the phone 2 a.m. What could she be doing? People don't have time for that. Men don't have time for that. Pastor Neville, when a man is on TikTok, when you find men on TikTok, two things they're busy with. One, looking at women winding their waist and walking around without boobs and their G-string, and videos on how they're cussing out the government. That's it. Politics and sex. That's why men are on TikTok. Only for that.
Oké, wat ik vanavond heb gemerkt is dat de inzendingen die er zijn, afkomstig zijn van mannen. Maar dat is hetgene dat me een beetje bezighoudt. En dan zijn we weer bezig naar ieder ten dagen steeds weer more vrouwen ontspoort. Omdat als jij als vrouw 3 uur in de ochtend, 3 uur om maand in je oppo en je bezig naar je telefoon en een argument zou je gebruiken nadat je mi ap walosan na mi ede mi ap walosan e praxi en mi de bezig op Facebook na WhatsApp status na as vast dat me kon tot rust. Dat baat het me zorgen. Omdat if you live na een man in Osso waf den pressie pe ano of den pressie a pressie pe im suka rust saya van ono na je masra. Kijk, en we begrijpen dat Solisi aan Masra kan doen op je beul en dan groeven en dan heeft geen open oor, dan is het wel een probleem. Maar in dit geval zegt die meneer dat dat niet het probleem is. Maar deze vrouw kiest niet ervoor om naar de man te stappen. Het is hey, was er net nangrami, mi edefuna was er niet. Laten we een beetje praten voor luchtig mee ati. Jouw man zou de plek moeten zijn om je hart te luchten. Begrijp je? Maar als dat niet jouw eerste optie is, dan ja, gewoon gado eten. En de vrienden kiezen dat hij dan, hoe verder? Maar de studio, goedenavond.
Hello. Yes, one of the other things to consider and to talk. Okay, let's go to try back again.
Hello. Studio, goedenavond. Yes, good night. Ja. 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 Okay. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yes. All right. We're talking about the 2 a.m. lady. Now, what I was going to say is that if this is a housewife, what this man must understand, sir, is that most of the times a housewife, she has a lot of time to take naps during the day. So when she's napping during the day, it takes away from her ability to stay asleep 7 hours at night. And yes, maybe around 1, 2 a.m. she may feel the need to go to the washroom, and then when she opens her eyes, because of the addiction to the telephone and because she's thinking what's new on social media, it might be her way of trying to fall back to sleep, just playing around on her phone. Okay, because she's a housewife, she's sleeping all day. You now, who has to go out and work, you're physically exhausted. So from the time you hit your head on the bed, you're gone. You're out until the next day. She may not be that way because, like I said before, she's home all the time. She has enough time when she's finished doing her stuff. She can take naps. The kids are out to school. She can. This is the story of most housewives. It doesn't necessarily mean that she might be messing around with a man. Maybe she's just flirting. Maybe somebody saw her online and they respond, or maybe it can be innocent. So what you need to do is this, and I'll say it bluntly. Whenever she's up, and you know she's up, you go out. Don't sneak up on her. You go out, give her some time to settle in, go out, get up, follow her, go out, and then go to her and say, can I see your phone? While she's busy with the phone. Say, can I see your phone? It's 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. I want to see what you're busy with on the phone because I'm concerned to know what is taking your attention. What is robbing you of rest? I want to see your phone. If she refuses to give you her phone, the rest is up to you. Don't hit the woman. Don't grab the telephone. Don't create any kind of physical drama. If she refuses to give you the phone, or she's trying to distract you by changing the conversation, so it gives her time to lock the phone or to get rid of what she was doing, then your suspicions may bear some fruit. Yes, she might be busy with somebody else. Then you can act on that fact. But supposition is not necessarily a good way to start, you know. Get the evidence. Follow her. Ask for the phone respectfully. Ask to tell her why. If she refuses, then she is now subscribing to your theory that she might be busy messing around somebody else. And if it turns out that she's chatting with another man, well, the next move would be, well, maybe they're already sexually active because you caught her now. Could have been a long time. And in those cases, I don't subscribe to forgiving simply because you don't know how long this has been going on for. She got caught, so she says, I'm sorry. But if she didn't get caught, it could have continued for months. Different men, several years, while you're resting to go again the next day to provide for a family that is ungrateful, or a wife that is ungrateful. So that would be my take on that.
Ja, wat ik wil stretchen is non-knocking. Isabi, no do nuansangi pe yo upspake tamara. If you do van Dr. Love talking about, dan a onderzoek door een principe je heeft te komen besluit en a besluit dat nooit nog moest dit dat je naar vrouw, non-knocking. Ja, if a vrouw doen aan zijn verkeer, proberen op een nuchtere manier een besluit te nemen hoe verder. Ja, ik denk dat we genoeg hebben gehad. We gaan verder naar het volgende. En het volgende wordt in feite de inzendingen zijn in het Engels. Maar Moskou broken direct voor winting naar in Chimoni de Mamotaki. Ja, en het volgende item zo ja, die na tak een man zin kom. Tak amai libi in een appartementencomplex. En vorige week ama wiki minder neti voor naar toilet. En terwijl ama go naar toilet, ama merk op tak afrono dina IC. En ama merk op tak afisi door of oso. Nosroto. En samen doen ama leta faya na ina kukuru en terwijl ama leta faya afro ikona IC. En let wel, als hij is na 12 uur neti, minder neti als hij gebeurt. Afro ikona IC in een badu. Isabi en na aksa afro PBD. En afro na piki en go langa in het toilet. En na lokadoro. En terwijl lokadoro we begin nakta padoro jugu en akoinsi. En ategi mita kiere bibe faya. Ik had het warm. So mi gadoro se go titip chiko windy. Maar ik moest tegen dat je a camera of me op erko. Dus gimi abo de logica dat je voor je warang abo leta erko. Maar nu dat je ataka gadoro se. En tegen vrouw dat je hier you know me vrouw en you want check luku if ina be up sex net en asan John jugu en afro dat if fast me o bel school toe so tamara manting mi pak in en mi gwe en one of the buurman beheerde abaratak takina also en man bel me en dan tegen me dat mi vrouw de waka gimi nanga wantra buurman sang amanat vrouw nanga verpleegster so te afro eroko in a night shift toch mi vrouw is sleutel go na ina osso voor op seks na ama voor afrodisi en dat gebeurt terwijl mi is silibina in mi bedi no de mi na mimma so dat mi kan blow mi ede en mi kan cover vast mi kan die cover isabito en in feite amai zien of zin a story als zodanig voor actie maar advies maar amai zin a story just to share.
Yes, well, it is very touching, and you know, I feel for these individuals. Even if it was the other way around, I still would feel for these individuals. You know, deception is a dangerous thing, and living a double life or deceiving people is never anything sexy. And in this case where this man caught his wife, literally coming from just having sex with a neighbor. And this is a similar thing than the first issue. What's it with women and midnights? I mean, it seemed to be the case because if you look at, I want to challenge a lot of you listening right now. If you go on social media after 12, between the hours of 12 o'clock and 4 o'clock a.m., the most people you will see busy on social media are women. The most people you will see posting WhatsApp updates, Facebook updates, even TikTok. TikTok is busy with girls and women after 12 midnight. The question is why? Are women more into the nightlife? Are they more awake when the sun sets while the man is tired and exhausted? Women are programmed with the moon and men are programmed by the sun. Yes, it's a fact. Women are ruled by the moon and men are ruled by the sun. So most women find are having issues being asleep at nights. This is why you find a lot of women prefer to have sex, prefer to have a nightlife. They're more into the nightlife than during the day, because men are of the day, women are of the night. So you find in your home situation, your wife may be up 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock, busy doing something, busy in the kitchen, busy this, busy that. Because biologically, that's how she's made. It's just a maternal thing with women, with females. So, in this case where the guy, again, he got up to use the toilet, and he realized that, hey, his wife is not next to him. She's nowhere in the house. The door is not locked. Because men pay, let me say this to women. Men pay attention to details. This is why when you cook, take your time and cook. Because men can recognize taste. A man can tell what ingredients you have there. So everything you do, he pays attention. He notices everything on you. You may think he doesn't. He noticed that your underwear is being transparent through your blouse. He notices that your bra is not properly fit. Men pay attention to details. We look, we know what we're seeing. So when he comes out of the house, he makes a white span, and he can observe to see what's not there, what's not there. You may think he's not paying attention. He is paying attention. So he notices that, hey, the door is not closed. So he puts the light on. There she goes walking in with her towel at 12 midnight. Then to say that it was hot. So she decided not to put on the air conditioning, but to go outside at 12 midnight when everybody is asleep.
En meestal zijn ze bang.
Technically, yes. Most women are afraid of the dark. All women are afraid of the dark. They would never step out of their house if it's not in the company of a man. But she didn't have to go far. It's an apartment complex. She stepped out of one, you know how these apartments are? 2 doors are actually the same, side by side. She stepped out of one door, steps into the other. Nobody sees. It's quick. And you can have sex in 3 minutes. You can have sex in 5 minutes. You don't need much time for that, especially if you are a regular to each other. So if she is doing this, and allegedly she has done it several times, she don't need much time. She just sneak out, okay, he's asleep, quietly open the door, leave it unlocked so it wouldn't make noise. The man is waiting on the other side, naked. She walks with a towel. They just sneak over and they have a quickie. She sneaks back in, then pretends she went to the toilet, go back to bed. The man doesn't suspect anything.
Nee,
But in this time, he suspected.
alasan tapente.
Exactly. And what happens? He left. Neighbors know everybody's business. Pastor Neville, there was a man who his wife was cheating on him for almost 4 years. Everybody in the street knew. His friends knew. Her mother, her sisters, her brothers, her nieces, her cousins, her enemies knew, but he didn't. The man had no idea. You know when he knew? Is after he caught her. 4 years after. Then he knew that his wife has been having an affair 4 years ago, and everybody knew, but he didn't. The question is, why is it that people are afraid to tell you, hey man, your wife is screwing somebody else? What is it about telling the guy, hey, look out? That people are like, no, it's none of my business. That's not my problem. Make a man lost a stand up himself. But when it happens and violence comes, then people are regretting, you know, maybe I should have told the guy. But people keep doing it all the time. I don't care. If I see something about that concerns Pastor Neville. Now, Pastor Neville, because of him, I may know his family. If I didn't know him, I would not know his family. So he would be my priority. Because of him, to me, they exist. If I didn't know him, they would not be exist. I wouldn't know them. So if something is going off track regarding his family, you think I'll say, nah, that's not my business? No, I would tell him. If he wants to be angry, then be angry. But I'm going to tell him. Because his welfare is my concern. I'm not going to hide that and say it's not my business. Then you're not a true friend. You're not a true brother. You're not a true neighbor. You don't have the person's best interest. You want to see chaos. You want to see the person's life go in a bad direction. If you see something, say something. This could have been stopped a long time if the neighbor who called the guy, like some Meisha, why didn't he say something long before? He waited until the man almost killed the wife.
Yeah.
Then to say, yeah, after all, wakagi boy, me follow us on that one, Taichi. Why didn't you say it when you first saw it?
And that's all I see. Kisa ko full, like so amang amabe wakti insrach. Lamang kang guda for that tega for tak misap so yaso, el full mo na tegi yung masra amay black me. Alles natin ko beer ook toe. To, maasan di si esoro no duidelijk dat sanda dumuru o quality one day. So this je tayo yung krupto of den dier to kay konadoro si.
So hold on. You're saying that if a man sees another man's wife cheating on him,
Yeah.
that man goes to that wife and say, hey, if you don't give me some, I'm going to tell the husband. You mean men do that kind of, oh, come on, man.
Yeah, blackmail.
Men do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that is blackmail. That happens a lot. And sorry misma de ulap luku voordeel. Unulijk voordeel van dat u kan save somebody's life. Want letterlijk kan je iemands leven. Je kan iemands leven veranderen. Als je besluit erover te praten.
But Pastor Neville, why? I mean, you live in an apartment complex. This woman is not single. She's married. She's living with her husband.
Yeah.
You are living with your wife, who is a nurse, who's gone to save lives at a hospital, a night shift.
Yes.
What could go in these guys' head to want to have an affair with a woman in the same complex who is living and sleeping with her husband in the same bed every night? What kind of vagina you hope to find?
Ja.
She's sleeping with a man every
Hoe
night.
speciaal zal dat nog zijn? Maar dat heeft te maken met de principes die je voor jezelf hebt. Toch? En normen en waarden zijn je echt naar je schreefje. Isabi, bijvoorbeeld, die me voor net meer reed op een voorroko, die in een rokenbus weer komt. En ergens langs de weg was je want to tieners bij Wakka. En we waren in gesprek met collega's onderling en ik zei ze nog dat dit kon mijn dochter zijn. Als ik kijk naar deze kinderen, zie ik mijn dochter. Maar toch, je ab man, zijn dit apa sem niveau sa dit. Sam, o titel o stop, o chant. Zonder ook verder na te denken. Want het is duidelijk dat het gaat om kinderen tussen de 14 en 17 misschien. Hooguit hoor. Niet ouder dan dat. En dan zie ik mijn dochter die van het jaar 15 jaar wordt. Die andere wordt 13. Dan haal ik het niet in mijn hoofd. Ongeacht mijn achtergrond. Voor mij kwam... Ik haal het niet in mijn hoofd. Het zijn mijn dochters.
because human empathy is what's lacking. We never think the other person's dilemma or crisis can be our situation. We're like, no, that can bother Emily. It can never happen to me. We never put ourselves in somebody else's shoe. This is why we do all kinds of stuff to each other, because we're saying, nah, Asanta, the man meeting me. Why? You're human. We live in the same world, same society. We are exposed to the same elements of nature. And yes, it can happen.
Kijk, wat we niet moeten vergeten is dat zij is zij, dat je mij.
Ja.
Zij is zij, je oogst. En precies, lik van je kibi, maar dat vrouw, een vrouw die ook een nachtdienst. Wie weet, want broeder is druk en dat weet je, maar nachtdienst. Maar dat heb je grof voor wat nou aanvallen was in het programma. Je weet wat gebeurt.
Ja.
Isabi, net ook was een figo suggereren of zo niet, maar als dat met jou gebeurt nu, zou je verrast zijn. Begrijp je? Maar je vergeet iets dat je doet.
And I'm sure that this man who is encouraging this woman and having sex with his neighbor's wife, I'm sure that such a man is accusing his wife of going out when she's working night shift. Maybe she has some lover somewhere.
Ja, klopt.
Because most of the time when these guys are busy doing this kind of stuff, they are burdening their wife with the issue of guilt.
Ja. Zoals de waard is vertrouwd in zijn gasten. Je zegt eigenlijk van je dinner zo je vertrouwt.
Exactly. All right. 490-000. I saw some calls coming through. 490-000 for the calls to come in. And when you call, please limit your comment to what we are dealing with on the agenda, the stories we have read. And or you can just call us via WhatsApp 899-9109 or send a text, let us know what your meaning are. And later, I've continued with the questions, and it's a question that was asked because I meet a lot of people every day. So, what makes a woman angry? So I give 5 suggestions. One was need for money. 2, need for sex. 3, need for attention. 4, need for food because the man is greedy. 5, need for space because the man doesn't give her freedom. So later on I'll let you know the percentage of men who responded and what they have to say on these issues. But for now, we're talking about the lady who was caught coming out of the neighbor's apartment with her towel and nothing underneath.
Met de studio, goedenavond.
Thank you. I really want to have more quality comments, more substance, and I appreciate people are making an effort, but we cannot hinge everything on what cannot be explained. In other words, we're trying to appeal for more logical thinking, all right? And the particular caller there, Madam, I've said it before that Pastor Neville is here in a capacity as a pastor, and to give a balance on the biblical text regarding how couples can interpret the problem. But if Pastor Neville keeps saying that people have issues because they don't believe in God, then people would sign off this channel. They wouldn't tune in to SRS. They wouldn't tune in because it would be annoying. It's like you're telling them, hey, you have a headache, drink an aspirin, but you're not getting to the source that, hey, okay, what do you do every day? I mean, do you get enough rest? Do you eat properly? Do you exercise? Are you stressing? You understand? So it's about getting in people's shoe and trying to find out how can we deal with this. Because if you don't have experiences, life's experiences of being in a relationship, or even if you're separated, or you have nobody who you can share things with, if you don't have experiences about love or marriage or life, then you cannot contribute to people who are having issues in relationships. Okay, real life problems and requires real life solutions. Right? We all know that religion exists. Everybody has a Bible. Everybody reads their Bible. I mean, we hope so. Okay? But in the case where we're talking about the man comes out and saw his wife coming out from the neighbor's apartment, if you should tell the man, well, because she doesn't know God, that's why she did it. I mean, come on. That is not the reason why she did it. We have to talk to her to find out why she did it. But we're trying to establish and trying to bring some reason to him as to how he can bring his mind around that to move on. To move on, to say, hey, you can trust another woman. I've said last week, you want to find a good woman, look in the church. I've said that. I could have said, you want to find a good woman, find a woman who knows God. But it would be unintelligent to say that. Because the church is not alone telling people read Bible, but they try to deal with all aspects of the person's life, socially, economically, spiritually, and so on. So it's a total package. So if a woman is now engaged in a church life, then she's active. Maybe she's helping other people. Maybe she's counseling other people. Maybe she's leading other people. But it's not that she's walking around all day with the Bible and like she's going crazy like what they do by Kirpalani, standing up there with the Bible and shouting on the top of their voices. Come on, that's why people don't go to church. When they see that kind of mediocre, crazy stuff that they do. That's not the purpose of it. So I had to, because I want to discourage that kind of comment line to everything. It's just one particular reaction. I mean, come on, let's have a little more variety. Even if you are Christian, you know, let's have variety. Okay, let's talk as though we're living people. Don't be so heavenly minded that you're no earthly good. Yes, Pastor.
Ja, en om terug te komen op deze man. Ik wil wel zeggen dat hij een goede stap heeft genomen in de zin van geen violence te gebruiken. Voor non-naka vrouw, sabi om eruit te halen, want op dat moment aan mannen sa beheerstooi. En aan mannen sa pe-afrok mo po en aan mannen sa hoe of wat. Maar er was iets mis voor hem en hij zegt, hey, me pak in en me gona mi ma. En het is niet makkelijk om in die positie te komen, maar ik wil mannen dit meegeven. Zoek altijd een oplossingsmodel pe you know gebruik geweld. Anders aliti sa you abi yo lase likta. Likta pe yo lase alit. Sabi to, veel mij go school bureau en likta pe de malas ne vrouw. Begrijp je? Want i berikan in naka vrouw tap you liti en een vrouw doet aangifte. Er was goed, maar dat bent roesting en het wordt van kwaad tot erg. Begrijp je? Dus voor you no lasa a momentum van libi, a rhythm van libi, toch? Je moet niet slaan. Al hoe hard het zo. Het is niet makkelijk. Wie wat vrouw zei in libi, a vrouw wakagi. Dat je komt erover. Van het een op de andere moment. Wat ik wat ding voor herstel. Toch? Wat ik wat ding voor vertrouwen aan de vrouw bakken. Voor gaan naar Libië. Maar het komt wel waar het moet zijn. Het komt wel goed met jou.
And on that, something you've mentioned in the past before, and we often say this, it's about upfooting, it's about your beginnings. And for a woman, no woman does things because she just thought about it. Women imitate other women. Women are competitive to other women. The fact that this woman is sneaking into this man's house, maybe she's jealous of the man's wife. Maybe she's jealous of the man's wife. Maybe she's looking into their lifestyle and she's like, okay, I want to know what this woman is, why she's with this guy. So she flirted with the guy and then he realized that, okay, I have a bitch for a neighbor. She's flirting back with me. And men will be men, regardless of how we twist it. Men will be men. It's the woman who must maintain the highest standard. I'll say it again.
Ja.
Women must maintain the highest standard. Remember, the man is about sowing his seeds, wild oats. And whichever woman opens her legs, he is going to enter. The women have to maintain their high standards and understand, respect the other woman. Respect the other woman. You may not like her, but respect her. If she is married to the guy, if she's living with the guy, if that's the man or the husband or the man of the house, admire and try to be better than her to your husband.
Ja.
But don't go competing with the neighbor because you want to show her you can satisfy her husband better than her, but you are neglecting your husband. It's stupid.
Ja. En het is jammer om weer te ontdekken dat de grootste vijand van de vrouw zelf is.
Yes.
Dat is jammer. Denk aan jezelf, in welke positie je jezelf wil bevinden alvorens je verder gaat. Begrijp je? En net als we altijd zeggen, de vrouw die heeft een grote sleutel in de handen om te bepalen welke richting ze op wil, of welke richting ze haar leven wil opsturen. Begrijp je? En het is heden ten dagen jammer genoeg dat mensen op social media toch dingen promoten als je bent een zelfstandige vrouw, je man bepaalt voor je. Van me waka geen baka. En zo idee. Het past niet erbij. Het hoort niet zo. Toch? Jammer genoeg leven we van de facts van social media. En het jammerlijke van dit geheel is, pardon, de persoon die jou advies geeft op social media, is de persoon die zelf advies nodig heeft. Want op 5 relatie, 10 relatie, zal nooit als een favor van man, maar altijd jou. En jou teken toe.
Yeah. Influencers, they call themselves.
Ja, je hebt invloed op verschillende manieren. Invloed op een verkeerde manier, dan krijg je dat soort dingen. Je accepteert dingen die een vrouw zegt op social media, maar je accepteert niet de dingen waarmee je moeder je opvoedt. Die persoon zou de eerste persoon moeten zijn om je op pad te zetten.
Yeah, because parents are not cool. Friends are cool.
Ja.
Parents are not cool.
Tegenwoordig met al dat tienerzwangerschap vanaf jaren terug, tienerzwangerschap, krijg je een zodanige kloof van ouders die eerst naartoe vriendin, moeder en dochter. En het probleem is, wat voor advies geef je dochter mee? En dan krijg je ook het probleem. Niet omdat jij met 16 jaar een dochter op de wereld hebt gebracht, is het ook oké voor jouw dochter om met 15 jaar ook een zwangerschap te hebben. Maar het gedrag van ons, omdat die belangrijk voor een proces voor groeipjes. Omdat wat op een gegeven moment, omdat die begint vroeg, je een bepaalde toos voor een voor je mee. En dan krijg je dat probleem. Dat is jammer.
And speaking of competition with women, and sadly, a lot of our women do not emulate the positives in our women. It's always the negative, because that seems to get the attention from men. And speaking of that, I want to bring attention, as most of you already are aware of, the fact that a lot of women today are walking around braless. You know, there are women who wore bra all their lives. They can never leave their house without wearing a bra. It's like they feel indecent, they feel naked, it's like they feel uncomfortable. But from the time they start hanging around women who don't wear bra, somehow they have a problem with bra. It is simply because you can understand a woman who has small boobs. They may not have bra her size because the boobs are small. She may have to wear training bra like a girl, and it's not appropriate for her. So it's not that terribly looking if she goes out without a bra, because you don't notice anything. But a woman with larger boobs may want to compete with that. To say, oh, she can go without bra. My boobs are bigger, I'll also go. No, because if you go without bra, you would look terrible, because your size of boobs require that you wear a bra. It would be so terrible and ugly on you. So not every time you see your friend may wear a short skirt, and you think, oh, you're dicker or you're whatever, it will look better on you. No, it will look worse than you, because it is not about competing with the other one to show them that you can get more attention or more likes if you do the same thing. It doesn't work like that. The same way as we said earlier, everybody is going along that line. It's easy to just walk the walk. Yeah, everybody may be doing that. But if you talk to the people who are not doing it and ask their opinion as to why they're not doing it, it might give you some sense as to why you should not be doing it. Because you see it from a different light to people who may use their brain and not their insecurities. So again, this lady who was caught in her towel could have very well be competing with the man's wife, not understanding that she had more to lose, because the nurse may not leave her husband because he's sleeping with the neighbor's wife. The nurse may understand that, I know he's an asshole. That's why I married him. I know that I work again. I know he has other girls. Otherwise, she would not take night shifts. But that was not her focus. So she was not willing to leave her husband because he slept with the neighbor. But the neighbor left his wife because she slept with the neighbor. That's the difference. And before you come in again, Pastor Neville, women again must pay attention to this fact. Men generally don't have standards. A man will fuck anything. Anything. And the men who will do that are not the broke ones, are the ones with money. Look in the news headlines around the world. Who are the ones involved in trafficking? Rich men. Who are the ones involved in prostitution at the highest level? Rich men. We heard of America, Jeffrey Epstein, Bill Clinton. All of the big celebrities, millionaires, are going to jail for what? Because they paid for sex, or underage girls, whatever it is, for sex. Rich millionaire men, not broke men. So what does that tell you? If a man has the right amount of money, he will fuck anything. Again, it tells you that men will be men. So if you have a husband and your sister flirts with him, what do you think he will do? Your aunt, your cousins, your best friend flirts with him. What do you think he will do? If he's not me or Pastor Neville, because I don't have to be a man to. I'm not interested. I like my peace. So I don't want your sister or your mother or your cousins. I'm not interested. If I need some extra, I'll go with a stranger. Not your family. Pastor Neville would say, you know what? I'll bother my wife. I ain't going with anybody. But he's a pastor. You don't have a choice.
You do have a choice. Maar het zijn de typische dingen die maken, die het verschil uitmaken, om het zo te zeggen. Toch? Het zijn de typische dingen die zeggen van, hey, kijk, als ik dit doe, zijn dit de consequenties. Je moet weten dat tegenschrijven naar je vrouw nek of isa of een ma, je sap een probleem de prepared. Die een probleem zou komen, want ook om, nu verwacht je dat alles aan het smoor. Verwacht dat wanneer je komt bij asana to kona leti en in de standby. Daarom, de malop taki, you know, make you pchi ere thinking you be ere. If you think na you pchi ere, then you go in a problem. 100%.
And therein goes the point again. Most of the times, ladies, the man don't want to replace your husband, but you want to replace his wife. Men just want to sample and move on. Or if it keeps coming, and it keeps coming undercover, he will keep accepting. But if he realizes that this is going to get some negative feedback, he's going to cut this and say, hey, we got to stop this. Most women want the negative feedback. They want the wife to find out.
Yeah.
Hoping that if and when she finds out, she steps out of the way,
Yeah.
and they could take her place. Most men aren't interested in taking the man's place. They don't want your burden. They can take the vagina, but not the responsibility. They don't want the woman, they just want the vagina. That's all.
No, omdat mannen altijd denken om een breder plaat wanneer het op dat gebied uitkomt. Of, weet je, omdat if you denna aan je man en me vind you, so zekerheid me abi dat te mina aan you de want traman over you.
Exactly. That's what men think.
Te man wana vrouw dat hij.
No.
Begrijp je? If je de single, oké. Dan kan je niet trouwen een toekomstige vrouw. If man aan die vrouw betreft. Maar als je op je man bij de trooi man, berekent dat je je trouwen die vrouw, dan zijn het gewoon moeilijk.
The cycle continues.
Dus dan dadelijk, je trouwen me ook toe fietsen, maar traman. En dan mino de, mino wani. Begrijp je? Maar we hebben nog, we zien, een half uur.
And why do we talk about these issues, Pastor Neville? It's not to entertain people. We talk about these issues, we make strong points, we are against infidelity, we are against women walking out on their men. Why? Because we want relationships to stay together.
Ja,
We want couples to stay together.
helemaal.
Understand, ladies, when you open your legs for one man, make sure that that's the man you want to be with. And if you realize that this is the man you want to be with, you open your legs to him and you close your legs to any other man, every other man. It's as simple as that. But you don't emotionally, okay, today this man makes you feel horny. You're all excited. You're going to have sex with him. Then he says something tomorrow to piss you off. Then the other guy, you're like, "Me sorry." You want to show the one that pissed you off that you're still in charge, that you are an independent woman. So you go with the other guy because he decides to calm you down. You open your legs to him. Then he does something to piss you off, you block him.
Maar dat zijn mannen. Mannen spelen in dat als zwarte samen is, vind a advantage sama afan rol. Maar goed, we hebben nog één brief. Als zeggen 2 inzendingen, maar die andere is een verzoek van een manspersoon om iets te behandelen. En daarom zeg ik, is the best for last. Is een adult show. Just stay tuned. Maar het volgende onder die aandacht is dat deze jongeman zegt, hij heeft een 24-jarige vriendin. En een vriendin die ze dan in het Engels hier. She has a low sex drive. Yeah? Dus heeft weinig appetijt voor seks. En terwijl dus Marisa Lee Makandra, een koppel die zie, 24-jarige dame, wil ze 2 keer per maand seks hebben. 2 keer per maand, kan je dat voorstellen? Ik heb meer dan 2 keer per week seks. Ik kan me voorstellen dat 2 keer per maand. Maar goed, 2 keer per maand. En dat is voor de menstruatie en soms na de menstruatie. Dat zijn inderdaad 2 periodes waarbij vrouwen een beetje hyper zijn. Hè? Dat is van natuur zijn dat zo vrouwen. En wat jammer is dat deze vrouw actief social life. En die voelt op social media bezig. En ze gaat vaak naar de gym. Met de zus of vrienden. Maar atras aan iemand dat agers afrodistro na een telefoon. Alla si ego na een telefoon, zelfs ego wasi ego na een telefoon. Oké. Amano tak next tak afro waka ging, maar amano tak mi kisi fa afrodisi masturberen. Toch? En ano sa tak mi beluku, want dat bedoel een lat niet. Maar sami merk op afrodis beluku pornografie. En amat ik niet begrijp dat afrodisi op zo'n zin voor masturberen, maar nog op zin voor seks. Sana je advies voor een programma te doen die zo'n jongeman.
Well, this is very troubling for this man, and of course you can't find this on the internet. The young man is saying, hey, his girlfriend just want to have sex twice a month, but the other times she's masturbating to porn. She's 24 years old, 24, right?
Yeah.
She's 24 years old, and she's constantly going to the gym with her sister and friends. So he's trying to bring his mind around this, and men are logical. Again, a man is not about how he feels about the situation, it's about how he thinks about it. So he's trying to use his mind to think about the situation to like, hey, this don't make any sense. She has energy to go to the gym, she has sexual appetite to masturbate, but she don't want to actually have sex with him only when she's about to see her period or after she sees her period. So he is trying to figure out what's up. We have a caller coming through.
Wel, studio, goedenavond. Hallo?
Hello.
Kom niet door.
Yes. He's trying to figure out what's the problem. Why is it that she seemed to enjoy or want to masturbate
Met de studio, goedenavond. Ja. Ja, wanneer horen jullie pas? Die verbinding is heel slecht. Je komt niet door. We gaan die vragen om weer erop te proberen.
Yes. Sorry. Yes, call us back. We're not hearing you properly. Just, yes, you were saying.
Nee, dus ik weet niet als je klaar was voor deze maar. Oké, we krijgen nog een beller hier via WhatsApp. Met de studio weer. Radio. Ja, je moet gewoon luisteren aan je telefoon. Ja. Yes. Wat mist hij? Oh ja, hij heeft nog niet gebeld.
Oh, maybe he will.
Misschien belt hij nog. Helemaal. Ja, helemaal. Misschien belt hij nog. Ja, helemaal. Even gelijk. Ja, zeker weten. Yes, dank u.
Ja, meneer Erwing, de mensen willen jou bellen naar het programma in de studio. Maybe he was trying to call there. Maybe he will call. Yes. So she doesn't have energy to sleep with him, and he's concerned because, as a man, come on, man. I mean, Pastor says 2 times a month. Pastor never listen. We have a calling here. Maybe this is Erwin. Yeah.
Maar de studio goedenavond.
You come so popular now. The men say bell for. Hey Samson, come on, hey bell. Okay. Oh, Freud Alki.
Bikin pamannya. Susah ko. Madam, lima orang fiyaro sa ginimit tayo sa top, nakkel pa maufarlasi. Mama. Mahut. Di amay kay ko na trapo. Ta isini. Waste niya tegin sa imo ko tete. A momenti dati permit mapuna trap luku fami mai organiser wan bas wan fai kare bas ekor ha. Bit mapu me luku me mo de langon me kopro me mapus me mate de alasani me mate de bi wasani alasani say yo tu jumus bahas aman. We open your diki emus bahas aman. Tatun abas dat ko ebi sumana me masrisi. Wana mi wambe de top, eva de nam na no as mamoro. Pa de ba. Dan mi ko le sabino. Alti mi ma en alasani no was masam godang afsin to itawa pisten da to koneli be ena extelek no pe 30 jaar ko yabo sex. Ya 20 jaar ya tek suma. Alobi ne lobi so no mananga lobi wa lobi na ngai first. Ang wanto la hili di eva piras ko nyo atano ko Io pandisi yung mesa de programa paslap klapot kito do alay to start. Ding tak apiras ko apiras na gwen noit moro. Kaya babas met you esat akolo po met you. Wano mas mamakiro ang piras ete. Ika balaman ika nakasibibi. Ma-apiras na wali for swamp yun o makiring. Basta yung mesa to tinaswag ang skap nung ulit. Ano mo yan Want biji wan sa we aki da pomit mi o da pomit like biji wan to le tak karrière isa omenis man de money dus da yo ko su money to approaches ya de tak de go na khasen mau fama take atunta na hey alin fa o chibra pa no chibra ma chibra di hey alin en apenas mo de say alin mi ko leren tapi en ayong le sejarah omdat niet desa ni tu na tongkhang na transforma tu na betul na bisa stop itu semua deh dari ya longga mo chute ala ya longo ma di ade no de no kalau sono ripostanto e ma io offro no one sex e cream dai lurento quando non sabi e te seredi be ego ba frida che seredi ano sabi you ete takadi ingwa kanen baka kadem kajen tu fusi sang exacte ika felen wante tigo na jen na overtrap tapi was na ego en one jen I'm overtrap morole kalera am Mr. Drape am overtrap dat na basis denk training we so training je do yung overtrap dan merk je ka gebruik verstaan toch en dat pro donansi dat en ik wel niet maar je tot dat buang bedita
Das dah kota amam wajib tu. Ya. Iya mah. Iya mah. Yes. Yeah. What is this?
Yes, we have.
Yeah,
Yes, we have.
Yeah, hilang hal. Club.
Yes, we
Yes.
appreciate that. Thanks for responding. Thanks for calling. We're coming down to time, but what I'll say is that I am not a subscriber to women going to the gym. I have never found it sexy. I have never supported it. It's ridiculous.
Ik zie alleen problemen.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And if a woman decides she wants to go to the gym, it's because of another man or because of some dumb friends she's trying to follow. Naturally, women have no interest in gym. Naturally, they don't.
Weet je wat het probleem is? Je gaat naar de gym om wie te impressen.
That's the point.
Heb je me horen klagen van de manier hoe je eruit ziet? Dat je naar de gym wil gaan?
Which man sends his wife to the gym?
Je hoort nooit je man klagen over je bent niet sexy, je bent te dik, dit. Maar je wil naar de gym gaan. Kan hem allemaal fluffy,
Yeah, of course. Most men like meat. They should have a
vlees
gym.
van de vakman.
They should have a gym for skinny women so they can get bigger.
Naar de studio kun je vanavond, heel snel. Hallo? Ja, nou.
We horen die Sukotijn een beetje luid praten.
Ja, hij probeert al een tijdje, maar ik verstaan niet. Oké. Controle is succes, succes is controle. Oké, dank je voor je bijdrage.
Yeah, you were saying.
Ja, dus waarom ga jij naar de gym? En Sasa, meneer Erwin dacht net van, man is speelt in dat situatie. Want is dat voor een man die, if you want more seks naar een vrouw, als een niet wel goed wilt, het moet ook eerst zijn. Het moet ook eerst zitten. Want wie denkt, maar ze heeft Carles Dr. Love.
She is not attracted to him. That's the point.
Dat is één. Dat is één. En het kan dat ze gebruiken voor een bepaald doel. Dat kan. Maar, if je de een wat also, zoek een moment. Een vrouw moet op gym. Hey, hoe was nou een vrouw? Sabi, ik kom van de gym. Ay, hoe was ze niet? Win een moment van vrouw. Er zijn zoveel deels die je kunt doen. Er zijn zoveel manieren van inspelen.
Maybe she's not giving him the
en-
encouragement to do that.
Ja, maar als je gaat zitten wachten wanneer die vrouw zin heeft in haar seks, brother.
Because some women can be a thorn when they're trying to prevent the man from getting access. They can be harsh and disrespectful and ugly the way they make their faces, so the man is afraid to approach them. Most men are afraid to approach their wives for sex because of how they might respond. And they go to the gym because they see other women going. You know, I see sometimes there are women early morning, they're with legging and they're jogging down the road, and I'm asking myself, what are they doing? What's the point? What are you trying to impress? Because naturally, a woman's physical anatomy is not built for the stuff they're trying to do with gymming, and they want to run like men and sports and all kinds of stuff men do. They want to do. They want to play football. They want to play cricket. They want to play. You're not built for that. You're not built for that. Then you have to take artificial testosterone to produce testosterone, and men produce that stuff naturally. The reason why you don't produce it naturally because you're not built like that.
Ja. Je bent geschapen als een vrouw, en zo zal het zijn. Begrijp je? En meneer Erwin en Arkie, we hebben nog 10 minuten op het. Nog iets die we willen behandelen. Ik denk dat 5 minuten genoeg is voor u.
Yes, yes.
Ja, dus in feite, smasan bel takal, jullie graag meneer Erwin op kiezen in tapatori van appartement. Maar dan zegt meneer Erwin takal bestrijden kan dan nooit jaren.
Oh, okay.
Maar Nadia kan reageren alsnog. Maar we hebben nog een laatste vraag die we gaan behandelen als laatst. En we eerlijk een cadeau idee. Als mij staat, professor, hoe kan je me zeggen om langer mee te gaan tijdens seks. Dus gewoon kom klaar toen ze snel. Want ik me al 25 jaar, Dr. Lok. En 2 tot 3 minuten dan me kom klaar ba. En ik probeer wel eens aan misschien online, maar aan heel leuk. Sang you can give me mee. Aan mij staat 25 jaar jonge man.
Okay, the question we have is this young man from 25 in life experiences. He is 25 years old and he wants to know how he can last longer in bed. You know, last longer in bed. Okay.
Build spirit 3.
It takes 2 forms. We have fucking and sex. If you're gonna just fuck the woman, you can come in 30 seconds. If you're gonna have sex with her, you can last for 10 minutes. There's a difference. Sex takes preparation. And the preparation for sex involves you gotta warm her up, you know, coach her a bit, get the signal that she's ready, she's hot, she's willing. That's preparation. So when the preparation is placed in the right sense, and she decides to come and have sex with you, she's already halfway there. So by the time you enter, she's almost there. So you know excited and you're hearing she's moaning and telling you harder, faster, whatever it is, and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna shoot. No, she's already coming. But when you just want to like enter the woman, or you just want to fuck the woman, you're not interested in if she's ready. You just want to put in and put up. And when you put in, most men, that taste, that sensation of that wetness, that slippery wetness of the vagina, from the time the nerves around the penis makes contact, or if she even touches their penis, or if they even go close to the vagina, from that the time that sensation starts to activate, in their mind, they already climax. It just means they gotta come out, the sperm gotta shoot out, but in their mind, they already climax. So by the time they put their penis to the vagina, they're done. That's because you're not having sex. You see, you need more time for this, but just quickly, to brush this off. I've said it before, don't use tablets, don't use Viagra, don't use the stone to stop their rub, don't use these things they sell on the street. 25 years old, if you start using these things, I guarantee you, by the time you're 30, you're done. Your sex life is over. You will have a limp penis that takes a lot of working to get hard. Don't invest these things in your body just to last longer. You want to last longer, you have to put portions. You have to now sectionize the experience. 5 minutes for kissing, 5 minutes for foreplay, 5 minutes for eating, 5 minutes for that. When you see it, it's an hour. But you have to start with other things. Leave the penis for last. Leave the penis for last. You can give her an orgasm in many other different ways besides the penis. Not every woman gets an orgasm by the penis. Not every woman, some none. So a woman don't need the penis for an orgasm. She needs the penis for the sperm to get pregnant. But to climax, she don't need a penis. She don't. But you need to enter for you to come. So I'm trying to rush this here because of time. So what you do, make sure that she climaxes. And as she climaxes, then you go get your part done. You have to know your woman's body. Get to know her body, get to know what works, what she likes, and let her give you the signal. Communicate, say, hey baby, you know I'm a quick comer. So listen, what can I do, prepare and stuff like that. And when you think you're going to get the climax, you can say, hey, you can enter. Let her guide you. And over time, you're going to become desensitized to the whole excitement and anxiety. And you would find it you last 5 minutes, next time 10 minutes, next time 15 minutes, next time 20 minutes, and after that you'll be like the expert, like me. Anyway.
Luister nou. Deze man moet alvast eenvoudige oefening doen. En bilspieren te leren knijpen. Toch? Hij deelt iemand gewoon klaar. Je doet een soort, ga je die bilspieren knijpen en proberen in te houden. En je gaat een stap verder en net als wat Dr. Love zei, je master Asani, like me. Dan,
Ja.
geloof me, ik ben een vader van 5 kinderen.
5 kids. You take it off my mouth.
Toch? En wat belangrijk is dat toch wel jonge leeftijd, die selectie Dr. Love betaki. We gaan bijna hier en daar. Maar hier en daar, op je autosolutie aan maakt uit even na 2-3 minuten. Maar als je gaat over een vrouw, nog gebruikt een Blackstone, het gaat niet goed voor je uitpakken. Een vrouw is ook een proces van groei, voor leerschap, leerschap je zwakke plek. En like van Dr. Love Takikba, een voorspel is ook belangrijk. Maar in feite, als je moest op consultatie, Dr. Love.
Yeah, I give you a number.
En manom sani. Manom kon aan ligi aan, want we toen ze voor kennis voor kan gaan van Malcolm Worobu. En ook dat doen we in de kerk.
Yes. Exactly.
Ja? Daarvoor mag je ook naar de kerk komen.
Because in that church that Pastor Neville is a part of, they talk about sex. So you gotta go there. It's Sunny Point. Is that Pastor Neville?
Chandi Postastrat.
Chandi Prasad Strat.
Ja.
Sunny Point.
Ja. Charisma Ministries.
Charisma Ministries
Ja.
International.
Sunny Point. Ja.
Sunny Point. Go there on Sunday. What time was the starting time?
10 uur.
10 a.m. in the morning, Sunday. Go there. If you're single, you're looking for a wife, find her in the church. If you're a man, you want to change your ways, you want to become a good man, you want to live the life that would impress a woman, find a church. I'm recommending Charisma International because I know Pastor Neville, and as long as he's there, you will have the right leadership you need, the right direction you need, and the right kind of service and attention. So go to church. Find a church if you want to find a good wife.
Yes. Take my advice. Kom maar. Kom maar. You want man-to-man talk na kami. You want go on Chinsumuro DP. Phone naman ko ta radio. Kom maar. Ja, Sunny Point. Ala Sunday Mountain. Ala woensdag niti. Zaterdag de jeugddienst de. Aan mij zo'n vrij jong man magkagawa jeugddienst toe. Dus zondagochtend 10 uur. Chandi Prasastrat. Charisma Ministries International Sunny Point. Je bent ook welkom.
And remember, Christian women don't cheat on their men. So you want to find a woman who's faithful, find a woman who's faithful to the church, to God. She's a regular, she's a practicing Christian. I'm speaking because that's what I know. Alright? If you find a woman who says she's a Christian and she's cheating, then she's not a Christian. She's a fake. Okay?
Yeah, precies.
Anyway, until next time, we have issues we haven't run through yet. We still need to get the update on the question, but next week we'll get into that. Until next time, have a good night. Good night. Goodbye.
Yes, have a safe night. Be blessed.